So, Zach, why don't you take us into this multi-point annuity inspection process and go? Let's go from there.
Yeah, I don't know if you wanted to share that graphic that we had as I go through this a little bit here. But yeah, really, how do we do that? Well, we use what's called a multi-point annuity inspection. This is what all of our advisors use. Over time and review, we've found that this specific framework is really just evaluating the companies and these annuities, really evaluating the carriers. And what we're looking for is a few checkpoints of what's important to our client base. So we're looking for our highest guaranteed income, carrier rating, index crediting potential, income rider fee, and the enhanced income benefit for long-term care. So these are some features that we found to be valuable to our client base. And we take a closer look at these options in determining the best fit. The path that we take to get there is just understanding and having that conversation.
But let's go ahead and get into the screen share. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen for the guaranteed income segment here. So we're going to open up our software and we're going to talk about how we start to look at these products from just a guaranteed income perspective. Now we're going to use one particular product in mind that comes up, and it's fairly competitive or popular, I would say, in many aspects. But it's not always the best scenario or best option in that scenario. So let me go ahead and share that and see if I can get this to work right without screwing it all up. We're not experts in this stuff yet. All right. Let me know if it looks good there, Zach.
You're good.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is just kind of talk to this. So, assuming that, the prospective client that we're working with, generally speaking, most oftentimes, not all, but most oftentimes, they're usually looking to compare an annuity that they've already been, positioned or pitched at either a dinner seminar or an educational workshop, or, their cousin or friend that's a alleged advisor, whatever the case may be. But they're usually looking to compare. And what we do is we start with looking at what is the primary objective of this annuity. And if it's an income annuity play, then that's really the starting point of the evaluation, is to start with the primary objective. We have to start there as the foundation and then build upon it the other areas of evaluation in our multi-point annuity inspection to then start, comparing and contrasting. And then what we do is we get feedback from you as a client or prospective client to ask you, besides guaranteed income, what of these other areas are important to you, and how would you kind of rank them in the sense of highest importance to lowest importance? Obviously, income's first, but these secondary areas, where do we evaluate them and rank them according to what you feel is most important, and more importantly, what makes you most comfortable? So, Zach, why don't you talk to a couple of the points here? I know we're looking at income, but why don't you talk to those points? If we were just looking at income, what are the things we're looking at here?
Yeah, so if we're just looking at the highest income, our software is automatically going to sort these based on a highest income in chronological order. So as you're looking at that, what you're going to find is as you're meeting with myself or another agent, we can search that criteria based on you yourself and your age, your time period of which you plan to wait to start that income. So we'll key that in, and then from there, the results will populate. And when we're looking at this, it's really going to show us whether it's a monthly or an annual amount, how much that will be. Right now, we're looking at one company specifically, and that's American Equity. This is frequently something that we find might be pitched or suggested. And then we'll dive in deeper to find out, is that truly the right fit for our clients' needs?
Exactly. So in this example, we're using the state of Florida, which is where we're headquartered, but we do work with clients in all 50 states. We work in a virtual capacity, so we're able to meet with you on Zoom right from the comfort of your own living room and help you evaluate these important decisions. But we're using a 60-year-old male and a 58-year-old female as a joint life structure for this annuity. We're deferring it out 5 years where income will turn on anytime in contract year 6.